It did its job. Hello and welcome back to the channel. How you guys doing? I'm doing great, thank you. Today's video, I wanted to kind of follow up from the last one. The last video was 9 reasons why 99% of Forex traders, beginner Forex traders, fail. So in that video I mentioned that this 99% doesn't imply to everyone. It's specifically if you do those 9 things, or if you do like a few of those 9 things. Whereas this one isn't really a reason why I'd say beginner traders fail, but it can be classed as one of the reasons. So I think it's like 50-50. There are people that have this issue, but they still somehow manage to go past the barrier and go on to become like profitable traders in the long run. And then there are traders that have this issue that can't get past the psychological barrier of like the amount, and because of that then they fall into or they start doing things that I mentioned in the last video about 9 reasons why 99% of Forex traders fail. It is an issue that I had, and kind of still getting over it. So I think it's something good to share, because maybe other people have the same issue. And to stop beating around the bush, this, obviously you can tell from the title, is undercapitalization. So I think one of the big problems that maybe no one really talks about it that much, undercapitalization, meaning like not having enough money. So when you make profits, it's like wow, I've made a decent amount. Whereas it's more like I don't have enough, so I want to double that in like 2 weeks. I want to double that. I want to triple that in like a month. Like setting like kind of unrealistic goals based on the capital that you have, because you want to get up to the higher end of like profits. But obviously that comes with experience, that comes with time. But the reason why I think this is kind of one of the major issues is because like when you think about trading and Forex, majority of people don't get pushed into Forex or trading as a career path. It's kind of something that they stumble upon while trying to find a replacement for the current career path, in a sense. So if you're currently like in a situation that you're not happy with, and this is kind of how I came across Forex anyways, like you're in a situation you're not happy with and you just want to live your life, travel the world, buy all the fancy things, blah blah blah. And that's how people stumble across Forex. So they stumble across it as like this money making machine that you can make so much money in a short period of time. But in reality, it's not far-fetched from the truth, but there's more to it than just like starting, opening an account and then making $1 million overnight. So that's the expectation that a lot of people go into Forex with, that causes them to have correct risk management and stuff like that. There'll be more detail about risk management and a few of the other things that in my last video about 9 reasons why 99% of traders fail. Let's take this as an example. So you jump into Forex, and obviously you don't have a lot of money saved up, like which is majority of people that kind of get into Forex. Like the financial situation isn't always the best, so to have spare capital laying around that they're willing to lose isn't always available, which is very bad on the psychological part of trading. So but as I said, I'll link that video like at the top, so you can go check out the last video about 9 reasons why 99% of traders fail. Keep mentioning that, I'm just plugging that last video. A basic amount that majority of people say you should start with is around 10,000, but let's take it down a notch and say like 5,000, at least 5,000. And that's still a lot for some people. So I say like 1,000, like bare minimum. 5,000 is like, okay, we can start something, we can get it going. And then 10,000 is just like, yeah, we'll get somewhere like decently quick, where whenever you make profits, then it's like really like it makes you want to carry on. But when you got like £100 in a trading account and you make a 5% profit, like £5, it doesn't really get your blood pumping like, wow, this is gonna make me a lot of money. I'm not saying that it should, but that's the reason why people then go on to risking way too much. So instead of risking like the traditional 1%, they start risking like 20% and 50%, and that's when like margin becomes an issue. Like if you don't know about margin, then obviously just get yourself educated. It's not something I'm going to be mentioning in this video. But when you start risking like crazy, like 10, 20, 50% on one trade, then you can only take so many trades, and you miss out on trading opportunities. And then when you lose like 20% off your starting balance, then your account's going to be really low. That's like a 20% drawdown from one trade. And then when you revenge trade after that, like, oh damn, I just lost a lot of money, I need to make that back up, and then you go ahead and do another 20%, and you might not win that 20%, but then again you do it again, and then you might be in a profit, like, I'm just gonna cut this, I'm in a bit of profit, let's just take profit here, and you make, like, literally you just lost 40%, but you're willing to take a 5% profit. Like, it's just a cycle that I used to go through. Not that dramatic, I'm kind of making this example a bit more dramatic, but it kind of gives you an example of the process that I used to go through, and I'm sure a lot of people go through, like, used to go through as well, and probably still go through. So that's why I'm kind of making this video, to make you aware that yes, undercapitalization is an issue, but there is a way around it, and the simpler way around it is, like, understanding that Forex isn't an overnight game. It's a long-term thing. Just like any other career, it takes time to learn and takes time to level up. Majority of people don't think of trading as a business, and when you start a business, like, you invest money into your business until it grows and grows, and then it will start paying you back the dividends. So for example, like, if you put £10,000 $10,000 in a trading account, and then you just continue to trade over 5 years and X amount, now you're up like 150,000 or something like that, then your returns are going to be like, I can actually make a living from this. I think a sustainable amount that people start, like, quitting their jobs and start making a living from trading is probably between $50,000 and $100,000 or pounds. If you made 50% for the year on 100,000, then that's 50 grand, and 50 grand is over the average minimum wage or something like that. And if you had 50 grand and you made 50%, that's 25 grand. That's still, like, at a degree salary, like when someone just finishes the degree, and 50% is obtainable with, like, the right education and stuff like that. I'll put a link below to where I got educated from. Majority of people starting with, like, less than 10,000, with 1,000, and they think that within a few months they'll be able to quit their job and start trading Forex full time. Then you can see where the false expectation comes in. Because if I'm saying, like, a realistic amount, where you can say, because obviously you have to factor in drawdowns and stuff like that as well. Like, so not every month you're going to be profitable, as I mentioned in the last video about, like, the rule of large numbers and stuff like that. I mean, I'm not gonna, why do I keep going about that last video? Because obviously you watch the last video and then you'll understand where some of these things are coming from. As I was saying earlier, if you're risking like 20% per trade, then you're not really giving yourself the time to take enough trades for the probability to play out in your favor, because trading is a probability game. It's all about, you might win 10 and lose 5, you might win 7 and lose 3. So if you lose 3 and you don't have enough money to trade the further 5, then you're not going to make a profit. Like, so that's why, like, being strict with, like, risk to reward and having enough to place that next trade, not over leveraging and stuff like that, then that's how you start laying those foundations to then go on to higher account numbers. I'm not sure if I finished the first sentence that I was saying before that sentence just then, but I was saying something along the lines of 100,000, 50,000. That's a realistic amount for people to start saying, okay, I can quit my job now and start relying on my profits from my trading, because then your returns are justifiable for that reason. As I'm saying, if you're making a 50% return per year on 50 grand, that's 25 grand, which is like a starting degree salary. And if you have 100,000, then that's 50 grand, which is like, that's a decent amount to live off. At the start of trading, like, understand it's making yourself investable. So sticking to the plan, trading the plan, and over time it will work out in your favor. Now, if coming up with the income to start trading is something that, like, you're struggling with, so you're not finding the money to constantly, like, pay yourself, put in your trading account, invest in your trading account, like, each month. Obviously, simple fixes for this is like having a job. So having a full-time job, you might take like 10% of your monthly wages and just put it into your trading account. But something else that I do as well is, because, like, the trading company that I'm with, which is Infinite Prosperity, they have this affiliate program where once you've joined with them, as well as teaching you how to trade and teaching you how to invest and teaching you the right way to become profitable in Forex, they also have an affiliate program where once you're a member, you can then refer other friends and stuff like that, and you get 20%. So that's also another way that I've been using to put money in my trading accounts. So over the last around 6 months, I've been constantly every month getting at least around $150 that I can just put in my trading account. I put a screenshot up on here. Probably over $1,000 that I've had that I can just put in my trading account, and obviously that can just help me grow my trading account at a higher rate, as well as like if I have a full-time job, I can put 10% of that. If you're at that level where you don't have enough capital, whatever you do, if you're not educated, and whatever you do, get yourself educated first, because that pays the best interest. You paid £300 for a course, 6 months down the line, you've made that £300 back, and you're profiting for years and years to come. So people look at education like it's not worth it, but I paid £300 for a course, $300 for a course, and I've made that money back. Every month I make over £300 from that initial one purchase of $300, if that makes sense. So if you're not educated, get yourself educated. The link's below. Sign up for a free membership and see how you get along. Hopefully this tip, I'd like to say, was of some value to you. If it was, then hit that notification bell, because I try to produce videos of some value on hopefully a weekly basis. But so if that's of value to you, then obviously hit that notification bell so you are aware when I do post videos, or subscribe, and make sure you drop a like and share to a friend so that the love can get around the community. And I will see you guys in a next video. I don't know how to end videos. Stay profiting, stay slaying. How can I end these videos? Make some profit. So go make some profit. Yeah, that's a good one. So go make some profit, and I'll see you guys in the next video.